Chapter 10, The Back Burner. Hopefully you're all having a great day. In Marrakesh, after receiving the alarming news of Everett's sudden disappearance, you and the rest of the crew stare at each other in shock. Riddle me this, how are we supposed to shoot the next episode if Everett's not here? I can't believe it. Let's focus on finding him. Panicking won't help us. Let's first find him and ask questions later. Lucy's right. Let's focus on what we can do. Zora pinches the bridge of her nose in disbelief. We're supposed to fly to Paris tonight to start filming the next episode. Can we postpone it? Sure we can, if we want to ruin our schedule and replan the entire finale. Zara waves at some nearby crew members. Head to the airport, track him down. Lucy, Juliet, keep trying his cell. I need to make a few calls. Zara stomps out of the lobby and the rest of the crew disperses, whispering amongst themselves. This isn't good. Everett leaving might tank the entire season. Let's try and think like Everett. If he went somewhere, who would know about him? Let's try his assistant, Cam. Within a few moments, Julia's call goes through, and you lean in to listen. Cam, it's Julia. Is Everett there in LA? No. He's not due back for a few weeks. Is everything okay? Everett isn't answering our calls. Nobody can find him, and we can't finish up the season if he's not around. Did you check if he's brooding in a corner somewhere? Wow, that's real helpful, dude. We thought of that, yes. Believe us. But he apparently left early this morning to catch a flight somewhere. Do you have access to his personal email? If we can confirm he actually left Morocco, that'd be a start. You hear Cam typing rapidly for a moment. He did purchase a plane ticket, but not to California. Guess he got homesick. Oh. Suddenly it hits you, and you remember your late-night conversation with Everett. It's just the production's too much. I miss home. Never thought I would, but here we are. He told me himself that he's been missing home, and home to him is in LA. Everett's home is... It's been so long, I apologize. I think it's St. Luca. That's what I'm seeing on my end. A one-way ticket to the island. Part of me was leaning towards New Orleans, but I digress. Then that's where we'll go. Thanks, Cam. Good luck tracking him down. It's a small island, but if he really wanted to disappear, he'll make it happen. When people said he dropped off the map after Antoine Duval blew up, they meant it. You and Julia run to Zara outside to share the news. See, Lucia! His head will escape from his body when I get a hold of him. It'll be a logistical nightmare wrangling him back from that goddamn island. Wait, what if we film the next episode there instead? Explain. Well, we use our brains. If we film it there, the episode will be... No... Let's not give her arsenal. Postponing the episode would ruin the schedule, right? So instead of waiting for Everett to go to Paris, we can go to him and get him to join us again. Makes sense on paper, but we'll have to change everything we had planned for Paris. We'll just have to scramble to find a restaurant to feature, but it's better than sending the troops to bring Everett back. Zara scowls, crosses her arms, thinking this over. We're gonna have to make a call to the Marrakesh episode earlier and reframe the critic dinner as a finale, but this could work. Only if we can get Everett back to quit this existential crisis and get back on camera. I'll convince him, don't worry. Good. Then I guess we're off to the Caribbean. Before you fly out, you and Julia head back to Tugma 22 to say goodbye to Fahim. To your surprise, the restaurant is in full swing, brimming with customers digging eagerly into their food. Wow, looks like we're leaving it in good hands. Naturally. I'm the one in charge, aren't I? With your confidence and our makeover combined, this should be a recipe for success. Something to celebrate amid the chaos. Your producers told me the news earlier. It's one thing after another with the Flint Man, isn't it? Sorry to leave early. Fame waves her concern away. Julia created partnerships with businesses who will promote Tugma 22. The critic dinner should boost our presence. The restaurant looks better than ever. And it seems like Flint left something for me. Please tell me it wasn't something horrible. On the contrary, he left a bunch of original recipes along with an apology. I found them in the kitchen this morning. As competitive as I am, I have to say they're winners. They'll all go on the menu. No kidding. I knew he wouldn't leave you hanging. He can be difficult, but he's a good person at heart. You're more generous than I am. Still, I'm glad I was proved wrong. I think Everett and I let pride get in the way too much. He said as much in his apology. If you two are able to admit that, then I have hope. As do I. Going forward, I'll keep my trademark dishes, but add your team's new ones to mix it up. And I'll work on my new dish just in my spare time. A new take on a tagine with your encouragement to make Lucy. I'm ready to take a few risks with the next steps I take. It'll be worth it, I promise. Oh, and I almost forgot. I have the critic's comments right here. Already? What did he say? Julie hands over her phone, and you and Fahim scan through the critic's comments in anticipation. Osis infime el FNA draws from heritage. The food was stellar, the owner's passion for traditional Moroccan fare was evident in every bite, but he didn't shy away from the inventive new dishes. I am impressed with the main course, a refreshing octopus dish with the most unique and mesmerizing sauce. It seems Tugma 22 is beginning to experiment with new tastes. One notable difference is the ambience of the restaurant, largely accomplished due to the help of the crew on the TV show Everett Flint, Taste of the World. Hint, it's going to blow people away. If owner Fahim Luadani stays on this path, this could be one of the top destinations to eat in Marrakesh. Yay! Fahima hands back Julia and his phone and triumphant gleam in his eyes. Talk about a comeback story. I bet you're thrilled. I am. It's quite the ego boost, and I have your team to thank. Things were rough between us at first, but I never doubted you could pull this off if you put your mind to it. I've always been stubborn. I wasn't going to let any resistance stand in my way. Well, Fahim, I hope everything turns out great for you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Lucy. I hope the best for you as well. You all share some small smile, understanding as you wave goodbye. After a hectic day of rebooking and reassuring the executives, the crew of Everett Flint Taste of the World touches down in St. Lucia. As the team gets set up in the hotel in Soufrière, Julia and Vivian approach you in the lobby. It's been a wild day, huh? What an understatement. It feels like weeks since we left Morocco, and now we have a new finale to plan. If this doesn't work out, our careers are on the line. We can't afford to mess this up. If we don't get Everett back, we don't have a show. Which is why we're going to find Everett no matter what. I should go talk to my team. I don't want them to worry. As Vivian leaves, you and Juliana turn to each other, foreheads creased with concern. I feel like it's one thing after another. I wish we had time to actually relax and explore the island. Actually, looking for Everett might be the perfect excuse to do just that. Why don't we team up and try to find him? I have a hunch that he's avoiding the usual places and hiding out at another resort. Hiding in plain sight, huh? It'd be smart, going exactly where you'd never expect him on brand for a contrarian like him. So, what do you say? Start with a search party with me? Exploring a beautiful tropical island with you, all while helping the greater good. There are worse things. Still a diamond choice. It's an interesting bikini. Good plan. I'm not gonna sit inside worrying when all of St. Lucie is calling. Multitasking at its finest. I know a good place to start. You and Julia visit a popular hotel together, doing double takes as everyone resembling Everett. somehow I think Everett would avoid the scene at all costs. What, lounging on the pool, Mai Tai in hand, enjoying the slow and mellow pace of life? It doesn't really scream Everett, does it? Maybe he's swimming laps. Not unless you think he's the one in the pink floral one piece. Okay, fine. Maybe I brought you here because I thought we needed to catch our breaths. It's that obvious I'm on edge, huh? Hey, it's completely understandable, but we all need someone to remind us to take a break every now and then. So, what do you say to a local classic rum punch? I'm sorry, a rum what now? She leads you over to the bar. Is Captain Jack Sparrow gonna run on the beach and go, I've got a jar of it? Oh, well, chugging from a bottle of rum. You take a sip, savoring the grenadine, pineapple juice, and cinnamon. This is the spot. You always know exactly what to order, Julia. Next on my bucket list is homemade spiced rum. You seem to have a lot of plans for this place. If we have to track down an elusive chef, might as well enjoy the scenery in the process. That's the one thing I like about you. You manage to put a positive spin on things. You lift people's spirits, especially when the show gets stressful. I usually assume everyone needs a pick-me-up, even if it doesn't seem that way on the outside. Are you talking about yourself, too? You've almost always got a smile on. Julia shrugs good-humoredly, ruefully. We should go. Everett's our priority right now. You walk to another popular resort, checking out every place you can think of. When you get to the rooftop bar, again, it's packed with tourists, drinking, laughing amongst themselves. It'll take years to find him at this rate. At least we got a little sightseeing out of it, on a bad view of the Pitons. Suddenly a familiar name catches your attention. Did you hear that Everett Flynn got himself a new show? You and Julia whirl around and listen in, zeroing in on a few workers behind the bar. Huh, he's come a long way. He always said this island was too small to hold him in. You and Julia rush up to the bar counter. Excuse us. What else do you know about Everett? Who are you, fans? Colleagues. We work on the same TV show together, the one you mentioned. He's gone missing. We're trying to track him down so we can film our next episode. Lost him already? Good luck with that, honey. We don't know him personally, but his tantrums are legendary by this point, especially on an island this small. Not to mention his ambition. He once set up his own shack on the beach to sell food, but it got shut down since he didn't have a proper license. Sounds like Everett. Blatant disregard for the rules. It's because it's stupid. Seriously, if you want to provide food for people, you should be able to provide food for people no matter what someone else says. Where did he get set up that shack? NC Chestnut? It's near some of the resorts, since he was trying to find good businesses. At a high tourist price. Smart kid that Everett was. You thank them and then reconvene with Juliet a few steps later. I think he's returned to his old stomping grounds. It's worth a shot. You head to the NC Chestnut Beach, where you see people lounging under the beach umbrellas and swimming for as far as the eye can see. I could see a younger Everett setting up shop in a hut like that. Let's see if we can find more traces of him. Together, you weave your way through the beach, checking all the faces, hoping to find something. After a long search, you and Julia drop down onto empty beach chairs under the shade for a moment. You finally get to appreciate the glittering ocean and emerald green mountains. How can such a beautiful place cause us so much stress? Hey, we'll find him. We have to. The show wouldn't work half as well if we didn't have him to act out, me to scold, and you to calm him down. I guess. It's not just about the Everett, it's really feels like our jobs are on the line. This isn't at all what I pictured when I came onto the show, playing cat and mouse across the globe. I feel that. It's impossible to relax if you think your entire world's about to be upended. When I was running my restaurant, I felt like that every day. I'd never been more tired in my life. By the end, I was completely burnt out, and all my stressing didn't even save us. I don't want you to go through that. In the event of a worst-case scenario, how did you cope? Honestly, I thought about why I started cooking in Navarro, about how proud I wanted to make my family. That sounds like a lot of pressure, always thinking of others like that. I just didn't want to let anyone down. You know, just like what you told me at the pool, it's okay to put yourself first. You should remember that people care about you. If you're struggling, you don't have to go through it alone. I'm here for you whenever you need me. I appreciate that. Between the beach chairs, your hands dangle in the empty space, your fingers intertwining. For what it's worth, when the season is over and you have more free time, I know you could pull off starting a new restaurant. She doesn't reply, you just see her lips curl into a smile. The sun blazes overhead as you look out over the ocean, suddenly feeling the urge to get in. Come on, we can't go to the beach and avoid the water. You kick off your shoes, dress down in your swimsuit, and wade in the low tide. You grin back at her as she follows behind you, shredding her blazer and skirt, revealing her gleaming golden skin and soft curves. Together you wade deeper in the ocean, basking in the ocean breeze. Our search party wasn't a total loss. It's perfect out here. Julia shields her warm eyes from the sun as she looks at you fondly. You read my mind. You lock eyes with her, holding her gaze for a long moment as you reach out across the water. She gets the hint and brings you in, kissing you deeply. You smile, tugging gently at her bottom lip, making her groan. I've been waiting to do that all day. You don't need to wait anymore. Your legs mingle under the water as you move close together, chest to chest. When she kisses you again, she takes her time, cupping the back of your head gently as she captures your lips, making you think of her and only her. Julia. Even under the warm sun, you find yourself shivering with happiness. Finally, the two of you part to catch your breath. Tell me again why we don't do this more often. Because we're too busy chasing after Everett. Because we have cameras on us most of the time, and we're shooting a cooking show, not an erotic thriller. That's also true. Julie tips her head back, laughing, her brown hair capturing the sun's rays. That's news to me. You return to your seats to dry off. Time to get back to business and find Everett wherever he might be. Hey there, you talking about Everett Flint? Yes, we're his friends and coworkers. Do you know where he is? I don't, but I do know where you can find his family. They run a little restaurant here in town. He points farther along the coastline towards a soufflerie. It's only a few blocks away. C'est Cafet. You can't miss it. Thank you. You're sent from heaven. And that man just goes, two women kissing in the water. You two are sent from heaven. The vendor grins and heads back to work. You turn and see Julia is already firing off text messages. I'll let Zara know. She's gonna call and see if they'll agree to be our featured restaurant for the episode. We might not have Everett in our hand, but we're on the right track. And we might have saved our episode. We make quite a team. That was never in doubt. The next morning, once all the arrangements are made, you make your way through the downtown soufflerie and arrive at the restaurant near the shore, Sa Cafet. Or Fete. I believe it might be Fete. Look how vibrant and welcoming the atmosphere is. We're sure these are the people who raised Everett. Shh. Good work, you two. You turn to see Zara approaching. While the rest of the team was busy sightseeing, you did some real work and found Everett's family. Despite your misgivings about Zora in the past few weeks, you can't help but feel accomplished. Glad to pitch in. We may have visited a beach along the way. If it gets me results, I don't care, don't need to know. Remember, we may have nailed down our setting, but we still don't have Everett. That's why I'm going to need you to fill in for him during the interview, Lucy. me, but what about Julia? You're the only remaining member of the culinary team, and this is a show about food, isn't it? Show your personality, be straightforward, be someone who would want to watch. Zara goes off to finish setting up the cameras, and as if sensing the hesitation around the set, Julia claps her hands, trying to motivate everyone around her. Come on, people, let's start over, yes? This is our opportunity to make the best episode yet. Julia winks and steps back, letting you stay at the forefront of the cameras. Two women emerge from the restaurant, shooting the camera's nervous looks. Hello, you must be Everett's team. It's so wonderful to have you. It's an honor to meet Everett's family. Thank you for agreeing to film with us on such short notice. Teresa, I'm Everett's mother, and this is Renee, Everett's sister. A young woman with a resemblance to Everett steps out and looks over the crew, her face impassive. So, sounds like my baby brother has made your job a hell of a lot harder. We've run into a few difficulties. Sounds like him. Now, I'm sure he has his reasons. If you don't mind me asking, do you have a hunch wherever it might be? He's always a free spirit, that one. He drifts around where he pleases and switches up his favorite spots. Free spirit, that's a generous way to put it. We'll tell our community to keep an eye out for him. I'm sure we'll find him soon enough. Either way, we're thankful to be here and hope we can help you turn things around. Tell us about Secafete. I'd love to learn more about what you do here. Same here. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better view of the pitons than this one. Here at Secafete, we welcome everyone with open arms. We want to give everyone a taste of St. Lucia when they arrive. And hopefully when they leave, they'll feel like they made a new friend. When did the trouble start? I would have thought Everett's name would bring people by the droves. Why? He isn't part of the business. But your family. He left us to flounder the second he got famous, so no, we haven't received help from him. What Renee means to say is we're pursuing independent ventures. We hope that your show will help us succeed. Okay, tell us the origin story. Things were tough after Everett was born. His father and I had just divorced, so it was only me and Renee here. So I started doing what I do best, cooking. I ran a little business out of our house kitchen, cooking for families in the neighborhood. After a while, I realized I could be doing even more. And here we are. It's impressive what you've done here so far. Thank you. My kids practically grew up in here alongside me. It's no wonder this became their livelihood too. Did Everett help you out with the restaurant a lot? He used to be our host, in fact. He'd run to greet people at the door and welcome them in. Everett was a front-of-the-house person. I don't believe it. He's such a friendly child, but as he got older, he wanted to be in the kitchen with me. He got a thrill out of competing with everyone. Wanted to make things faster and our food better. It's that competitive spirit that served him well out in the world. Whatever we do, I don't want people to come here just because of its association with Everett. That's fair. I think the marketing side and remodel can help take care of that. Good. We can start with changing the menu, too. But there are recipes, Renee, and your brothers. I want to make some of my own recipes, Mom. You hesitate, sensing some new tension in the room. Throw it all away? No, we can reinterpret the dishes in a new way, yes. Let's try the middle. We don't need to throw it all out. Sometimes we only need to add a new perspective. We'll find a balance that satisfies your desire to preserve the favorites, Teresa, and your desire to leave your mark, Renee. I could work with that, but without any pretentious crap. We hear you. You don't need any bells and whistles to make an impression on people. That's what comfort food is all about. Sounds like we have a good starting point. Yes, and I wish my son were here to see it. We've done it all without him so far, Mom. We can do it again. Nay, no matter our differences, he's still your little brother. So everyone keeps telling me, but if he wants to chase fame and leave us to deal with this on our own, I'm fine with that. Renee storms off across the patio and towards the beach. Zara eagerly motions for the cameras to move closer. Wait, let me talk to her on my own first. It's not for you to decide when we film or don't film. She'll be more on our side if I can talk this through with her alone. We get a lot of footage later, I promise. Zara rolls her eyes, but upon noting Teresa's concerned expression, waves you away. Go on, Theron. The rest of you, let's break for lunch. You rush after Renee until you find her farther down the beach, kicking up sand with each stomp. Renee, hold up. I was hoping we could talk. Renee slows down for you. I'm sorry. I get really heated talking about him. Seems like it runs in the family. Ha 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 ha. Not for my mom. She skips the anger, goes straight to deep sadness. She should know by now that this is whatever Everett does. He disappears whenever things get too hard. Like on the knife's edge, right? After some shouting match with Antoine. That, and after the horrible Nasim woman broke off their engagement. I didn't think he'd recover with the way things were going. I'd heard about the engagement. Nasty breakup, too. I'd be surprised if he ever gets serious with anyone ever again. So you're saying this is a pattern. You don't think Everett can change, even for you and your mom? I'll believe it when I see it. Did you know Flint isn't even our real last name? It's Ramspersad. It's a stupid stage name. Doesn't sound like cutting off ties with our family. I don't know what does. Stage names are common in the entertainment industry. It might not even have been his idea. Renee huffs, crossing her arms. You can tell you won't turn her around on Everett easily. In my opinion... You can handle this with or without Everett. I have the highest confidence in you and your mom. That makes one of us. Did you hear earlier? The only recipe she wants are from her prized Everett. And the recipes you cook together as a family. You're important to her, too, you know. It's all well and good, but dwelling on the past won't secure our restaurant's future. We need help and badly. If Everett won't help us, we need to take action ourselves. You miss him, don't you? Deep down? Doesn't matter. I bet I'll never see him again anyway. Wow, that's real opportunity. Like, opportunistic viewpoint. We'll go with that. This could be my opportunity to try and get through to her and sort out this relationship. Why don't you show me how to cook one of your recipes? I'd love to hear what your ideas are. That could work if you really think I can whip up something good. Diamond choice. Alright, let's hear it. Renee grins approvingly at you and waves you back towards the restaurant. What I'm about to show you is called Callaloo. It's named after a plant native to the Caribbean. What's it like? Spinach, but stronger. You'll see, it turns the dish a beautiful green color. And add some pumpkin, okra, coconut milk, and you have yourself a delicious stew. Anything with pumpkin. Even though I'm not hugely crazy about pumpkin spice coffees, but you know. That sounds great. Was it one of your favorites growing up? Oh, it was the favorite. For some reason, though, we'd never have our own version on the menu, not to mention my own take. I'll get started on the vegetables. Fry up some coriander, will you? You get to work tossing the seeds into the hot oil until they're beautifully fragrant. So this is a special occasion or a comfort food kind of dish? Both. You're sick? Have some callaloo. Brought some home a good report card? Dish up some. Celebrating a first anniversary with your girlfriend who turned out to be no good? Callaloo? You catch on quick. It became a weekly tradition for us, especially Everett. It was his favorite. You transfer the coriander to the mortar and pestle, grinding it with other warm spices and chili flakes. Mmm, spicy. What was Everett like when you were kids? Oh, he was my best friend. I always knew he was going to be great and travel the world. But it was difficult when he finally left the island for Hollywood. I didn't feel ready to work in the restaurant without his help. No confidence issues. Not for Everett, though. He walked away from us and never looked back. That must have been hard for you. Did you feel abandoned? Of course I did. We were supposed to do this together. Mom says it doesn't make sense being upset with someone for chasing their dreams, but would it have killed him to help us? Maybe he didn't realize you needed help. We asked him, he said no. I'm sorry. I hope there's more to the story than that. Whatever's going through his head, I don't have time to wait for him anymore. I can do this on my own. Well, if you could, you wouldn't be asking for help in the first place. Renee pushes past you, starting to put the finishing touches on the dish. Now all we need is some more some nutmeg and seasoned lobster on top. I can't wait. Once Renee adds the lobster and butter to the pan, she turns back to you. I'm sorry to dump all this on you, Lucy. I don't want to hold a grudge against Everett anymore. I want my brother back. I'm sure he wants it too. He admitted to me that he misses home. Really? For a while I was afraid he'd never come back. I wouldn't be so sure about that. I think St. Lucia is as much a part of Everett as cooking is. Tell me something. Is he happy? If you want the truth, I'm really worried he's not. Oh, that hurts to hear. A lot has taken the wind out of his sails, and I think he feels unsure about a lot of things. But I told him he doesn't have to go through it alone. That's why we came here, to find him. I'm glad he has you on the team. If I can't be there to tell it like it is, someone has to. I try to. But the production has really been difficult in Everett. He was pushed too hard by our showrunner. In a way, I wish I could have been more open with him about what I knew was going on. No, this is what he does. He needs time to work through things on his own. If you're really sorry, he knows it. He'll accept it, trust me. Then the timer goes off and the stew is heated through. Renee carefully plates it and tops it with lobster, presenting it to you with a grin. Take a good look. You won't find something like this anywhere. Let's give it a taste. You get a spoonful of callaloo, and the warm, herbaceous flavors of the stew instantly calm your spirit. You feel that, don't you? Comfort. It's fantastic. Let me take a few notes on preparation. Flint's favorite callaloo soup. To make this hearty soup, stir in spinach, okra, pumpkin, and coconut milk. Add lobster conch, crab, or seasoned meat as desired. Season with nutmeg, coriander, and chili flakes for spice. Only the graphics of it were a little bit better, huh? What? Food has to look, visually appealing too, not pixelated. So what do you think? We definitely need to get this on the menu. There's so much to explore with these flavors and ingredients. I thought you'd say that. In fact, I haven't told you yet, but I'm working on a cookbook in my spare time. I'm doing something similar to our menu where I try to reinterpret dishes to make a new one. You're saying this callaloo inspired you? What's speaking to you now? You close your eyes and think of the plane ride over this warm sun and the refreshing ocean breeze. I haven't added a soup to my cookbook yet. This could be exactly what I need. How about incorporating coconut milk as one of the main flavors, like the callaloo does? We could showcase seafood and a bit of a kick as well. I'm sorry, what the hell is this? Okay. Portuguese carabineros shrimp, green breadfruit, submerged in a creamy coconut milk broth, imbued with ginger, mackerel lime, and Thai chili for a surprise, beachy and warm with a twist. Huh. I want it to be something comforting and summery, something that will bring me back here. See, this is exactly the kind of creativity that would impress Everett. I can see why you have a connection. Her voice drifts off as she smiles wistfully, stirring her bowl of callaloo. You sense there's something unsaid under the surface. Renee, I think you and Everett can patch things up. You just need to talk with each other and be honest. It's not good to keep that anger bottled up. You have to deal with it head on. You're right. Even if it starts out angry, we'll need to get through that to get to the other side. You both end up eating the callaloo until you're full and satisfied. Thanks for showing me this recipe. I think I have a better idea for where we want to take the Sacafete's menu. Thanks for listening. You'll mention me in your cookbook, right? Definitely. I'll make sure you get a special shout out. I think I'd prefer royalties instead. Ha 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 ha, shut up. Yeah, you're Everett's sister, alright. Renee chuckles. Together, you call Teresa back into the kitchen and start looking over the main menu for the makeover. Later that night, after a long day of tinkering with possible new menu items, a knock on your hotel room door rouses you from your sleep. Oh, this better be good. Groggy, you try to look presentable, answer the door to find someone unexpected on the other side, in before Everett. That's what I thought. No, he's expected. He shifts guiltily, his eyes roving over you and your bed for a moment before snapping back to meet your gaze. Hey, sorry to show up like this, I know it's late. Everett. Listen, you don't get no loving until, Where the hell have you been? We've been looking everywhere for you, and now you show up in the middle of the night? I'm sorry, but hear me out first. You let Everett in, then sit back on your bed looking at him seriously. How'd you know we were here? Word gets around quick, even if you're on the other side of the island. I was staying off the grid at a friend's place when I heard the crew was here, poking around and trying to find me. So, what's the deal, Everett? Why come here? He pauses, looking into the far corner of the room to mull over his next words. I know I upset a lot of people leaving like that. I just had to get away, as far away from the set as I possibly could. I'll go with understanding. I figured something like that was coming after everything that happened in Morocco, but would it have killed you to leave a note? We were worried that you were in a bad way, or that we'd all lose our jobs. I'm sorry, I should have thought about that, but I was desperate to get away. I know, what's done is done. I heard something else through the grapevine. You'll be filming here instead of Paris. Yeah, it worked better logistically. We had to find another restaurant to feature. We stumbled upon Sacafete. Your mom and sister love the idea. They're so kind, by the way. You went to my family's restaurant. You nod, your heartbeat quickening a bit at his neutral tone. We thought it would make a great story for the episode. You're reuniting with your family, coming full circle to help the most important business of all. Oh, this isn't gonna go over well. Nope. It's great, right? There's a beat of silence, and then Everett leans forward with a steely hiss. Is that really what the whole crew thought? What? Everyone just agreed to film my family without my permission. We couldn't find you. How were we supposed to get your permission? Besides, it's their choice. We're trying to save the show, cleaning up the mess that you left for that matter. Do you have any idea what I've had to do to keep my family free from all Hollywood's crap? Do you think I want tabloids sniffing around their doorstep just to get to me? That's not what we want either. Doesn't matter. This has been taken too far. I mean, I don't blame him. Save today's recipe by taking a screenshot on the next page. Coconut milk broth. Alright, that's pretty much it for there. Thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description of the video. Plenty of things to check out there. So yes, I know, it's been a minute. Thank you for watching the episode. It is appreciated. There's just been a lot going on. Okay? Just a lot going on. Remember, at the time that, you know, this was coming out, VIP was a new thing. There was barely enough going around in VIP, let alone to be worth it. And, you know, to pay $16+ a month for something at the time, which barely had any value whatsoever, and I'm going to be honest with you, it still doesn't, in my opinion. I still think that, you know, VIP is a stupid, stupid feature in which we don't really get anything. Think about it. You're eventually going to get these stories anyway, right? You just have to wait 3 months. I'm so tired of this early access BS. I'm gonna be honest with you. As a gamer who's been gaming since I was but a wee boy, I'm just so tired of it. I really am. With that being said, let me say the following. I feel for Everett. I really do. And at the same time, I'll just say this. Typically, people who go through the most don't want to hurt those around them. We typically, and I say we because, you know, I definitely have been through a lot of shit. We don't want to see other people hurt because of the amount of stuff that we've been through. I'm not saying all of us are like that. I'm just saying quite a few of us are, right? As always, I'm always here if you guys ever need someone to talk to, someone to listen to you, or whatnot, or just the sheer, just, hey, someone, you know, is willing to be there for me, right? I always will, always have been, until literally my last breath. So, thank you all for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.